All right, time now is 8:40. Welcome back. Tomorrow is all about building bridges between neighbors and first responders. The city of Muskegon is hosting one big national night out event, bringing the entire community together at Marsh Field. And joining us this morning is Emily Morgan-Stern, the police and community coordinator for the city of Muskegon, here to break down exactly what you can expect at the event tomorrow. We love National Night Out, and we know that a lot of different communities in West Michigan participate. So tell us about Muskegon's. What can we expect tomorrow?
Yeah, so Muskegon, for the last 40 years, we've had our 15 neighborhoods do their own events.
Yeah.
But starting last year, we decided to do one consolidated event at Marsh Field. And it was a great turnout last year, over 700 people. We are expecting a great turnout like that again. And it's just a great evening to build relationships with your neighbors, but also your officers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, for those who maybe don't know, what is National Night Out?
So National Night Out is a nationwide effort started 41 years ago to strengthen those relationships between communities and their local police departments. In the city of Muskegon, we are, always out in our neighborhoods. We're always at their meetings, but we wanted a way to get in front of more neighbors that might not be involved in their neighborhood associations.
Yeah, so this is the second year that the city of Muskegon has put on this big celebration. Can you talk to me about what you guys experienced last year and what you're expecting this year?
Yeah, so last year was a great turnout. We actually weren't expecting that much, so we are more prepared this year for a bigger event. We have over 25 organizations that have community resources for our residents. We'll also have activities, face painting, bounce houses for the kids. We'll have other yard games for older people, and then we also have a home run derby at 7 p.m. with our officers and our firefighters, and that is super entertaining. So some of them, they played baseball in college, they still play softball. So it's great. We have 10 officers that are involved in it, and it's a great time.
No, that's awesome. So, I mean, how do you even put all this together? You've got to be absolutely just stressed to the max trying to get all of these different loose ends tied up here before the big day tomorrow. How do you go about organizing such a big event for this community?
I have a great team within the city, but also our neighborhood associations have been a great help as well. So we have a committee with those associations that have been planning their own events for years. So they've been a big help with that.
Well, very cool.
So you mentioned that all these different neighborhoods originally planned their own events and that this is only the second year that there's one big consolidated event. What made that effort? What made you guys want to kind of bring everything all together in one big night?
I think the biggest thing is the mission of National Night Out is getting to know your officers. And our officers were running all over the city, but then also getting to know your neighbors. We have people that, had never met each other before. So it's just a great evening to build community.
Yeah, can you talk about the officers and what they get out of it? Because obviously, they interact with the community on a day-to-day basis, but what do they get out of it? I mean, obviously, it's got to be a lot of connecting with community, which has got to be rewarding for them.
They love it, and I think the biggest thing is you come to the event, we want you to come up and talk to our officers. You want to have conversations. They're people just like you and I. So their biggest thing is just getting to know new people, but then also getting to know those people that they might see at meetings from time to time even better on a more intimate level.
Yeah.
Why would you say it's so important for the community to be able to know their public responders, their first responders, to kind of have that information going forward to really build that connection?
I think the biggest thing is we want people to know that the police were here to help. And a lot of people, they might not have good interactions with the police, and we want to make sure that, when there is a crisis, when there is an emergency, they know when we show up that we're here to help and they can trust us.
Yeah, going back to the resources that will be available at tomorrow's event, this is going to bring some much needed resources to some folks that might not otherwise get to interact with some of those resources at the fair. Can you talk about some of the resources that will be there?
So we'll have Trinity Health, they're Safe for Kids West Michigan. They'll be providing free gun locks to the community. We have United Way, which has a plethora of resources for anyone, as well as Hackley Community Care that actually just opened a new pharmacy that I think a lot of people don't know about. And then a few other housing assistance, home improvement programs, which will be great for everyone.
Yeah, so it's not just it's a little bit of fun mixed with a little bit of, any sort of program that you need taken care of while you're there.
Yeah, all of these programs kind of coming together. Can you talk about what it was like to prepare all of this and get everybody to come together on this one night?
I think what's great about the Muskegon community, it was always there to support and show out for each other. So we had about 15 community resources last year, and then the word just spread. So we wanted more people wanted to get out there, and they knew this was a great way to get in front of a lot of people.
Yeah, let's talk about details. So it's tomorrow. Where and when can people show up?
It is Marshfield, which is on the corner of Laketon and Peck Street, and it is from 6 to 8 p.m. We're also going to have free hot dogs, chips, and water, as well as Wesco popcorn for everyone.
That was going to be my next question, was like, okay, do we need to come hungry? Like, how are we showing up to this thing? Yep. So, all right, free hot dogs. We love to hear it, and that's on 1800 Peck Street there in Muskegon. Lots of family fun. You know, when you hear from some of the families that come out to National Night Out, what do they say? What do they say about the event, and how rewarding is it to get to talk to some of those people?
They love it, and honestly, a lot of people don't even know about Marshfield. It's a historic baseball field in
Yeah.
the community, so even just getting there to that location, but then getting to know our officers, seeing them as people, and then just learning about all of the different resources we have for different people is just great.
What about community building for some of our youngest members of our community? Obviously, you know, you probably want to teach them early on that, you know, there are helpful resources in our community. What does it mean to be able to connect with those young people that early on in their lives?
I think it is so important so they know that police officers, firefighters, they're there to help. We want to make our community a better place. And, you know, if they're in an emergency, they know who to call and they know that someone will respond and help them.
Yeah. What would you say that you're most excited for this event tomorrow?
I think honestly the home run derby is great.
Yeah.
It is very entertaining watching my coworkers go out there. But then also I think just seeing all of the neighbors that I might not see at a normal event and being able to see all different types of people is just really great.
Yeah, so home run derby, break down how that's gonna work. Did you guys do that last year?
We did it last year. Yep,
Okay.
we had about 7 that participated. We also
Okay.
have our sheriff's department that participated. Someone from there won. We'll have 15 pitches for each person. It'll be baseball, slow pitch.
Okay.
We have bet because Marshfield is a baseball field, so it's 380 to center field. We've brought that in 100 feet.
Okay, good.
So they just have to hit it 280 yards or 280 feet.
Okay.
And I think we had maybe 9 home runs was the winner last year.
Nice.
But we have some new skin in the game this year. So.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And can anyone participate with them, or is it just strictly your first responders there?
Just the first responders
Okay.
there.
But we're all rooting for them.
Yes.
Yeah, there you
Yep,
go.
but I would love afterwards all the kids can run the bases.
Okay, well there you go.
Yeah.
They still get to have going on the action. Anything else we didn't ask you before we kind of wrap things up? I mean, obviously, National Night Out is a great time to not only connect with folks, but also get some of the resources that you might not know are in your community. Anything else we didn't ask you?
No, I think we're good.
Okay, hey, let's put
Excited.
the info back up on the screen again tomorrow. Marshfield, 6 to 8 there, and that first responder home run derby. Looking forward to that. That's a unique take on. I don't think I've seen a National Night Out do one of those yet.
Yeah.
Of a home run derby, but it makes sense. You guys are at a baseball field, so there you go. Okay, it is 8:48. We'll be back after a break.